I'm 91 years old. I've survived a world war, 3 market crashes, and the loss of my wife. But yesterday, something happened that I wasn't prepared for. There was a knock on my door, a knock I haven't heard in exactly 20 years, 4 months, and 11 days. It was my son, David. You see, the world tells you that time heals all wounds. The world tells you that your children will eventually understand why you were hard on them. They lied to you. Silence doesn't heal. Silence rots. It eats away at the foundation of a home until there's nothing left but a hollow shell. Don't scroll away. Because if you're a man in your 40s or 50s, thinking you're providing for your family while you let your ego run the house, you are building a prison for your future self. I'm going to tell you what happened when I opened that door yesterday. And more importantly, I'm going to tell you the mistake I made 20 years ago that cost me 2 decades of his life. Listen closely before your door stops knocking too. Let's go back to 1984. I was 50. I was the man. I had the corner office, the German car, and a calendar so full I didn't have time to breathe. I thought I was winning. David was 10. I remember one rainy Tuesday. I was buried in blueprints for a new shopping mall. There was a soft knock on my heavy oak door. David peeked in, holding a drawing, a simple drawing of a boat. "Dad, look," he said. I didn't even lift my eyes from the blueprints. I just said, "Not now, son. I'm busy building something real. Go show your mother." I heard his footsteps retreat. Thump, thump, thump. They sounded so small then. I didn't know those small footsteps were actually the sound of a bridge collapsing between us. Fast forward to 20 years ago, the final fracture. We argued about his career, his choices, his lack of ambition, as I called it. I wanted him to be me. He just wanted to be himself. I used my CEO voice. I told him if he didn't follow my path, he was on his own. I thought I was teaching him strength. I was actually teaching him how to live without me. He walked out that door in 2004. I stood there, adjusting my tie, waiting for him to come back and apologize. I waited, and I waited for 20 goddamn years. Being 91 is a slow lesson in invisibility. The world moves on, your friends pass away, and the house gets louder in its silence. Every floorboard creak sounds like a memory I tried to bury. For 20 years, I looked at my phone every Sunday night. I never called. My ego told me, he's the one who left. He should be the one to crawl back. I traded 2 decades of hugs for the sake of being right. Then came yesterday, 4:15 p.m., a knock. Not the aggressive knock of a salesman or the quick tap of the mailman. It was hesitant, heavy. I opened the door, and there he was, David. But the boy with the drawing was gone. In his place stood a man with gray hair, deep lines around his eyes, and a jacket that looked just like the one I used to wear. We stood there for what felt like an hour. No words, just the sound of the wind. I realized then I didn't care about the argument in 2004. I didn't care about the ambition. I just wanted to know what his voice sounded like. He finally spoke. "Hi, Dad." 2 words. That's all it took to break a 20-year fortress of pride. We sat in this room drinking cold coffee, realizing we are both running out of time. Listen to me and listen good. Most of you watching this think you are the man because you pay the mortgage. You think you're a leader because people at work are afraid of you. But let me tell you about the ego. It's a liar. It whispers that being right is more important than being loved. It told me in 2004 that my son owed me an apology. I won that argument. I stayed the king of my empty castle. But what is a king without a lineage? Just a lonely old man waiting for the lights to go out. We men, we equate silence with strength. We think if we don't show emotion, we are winning. But silence isn't a shield, it's a wall. And every day you don't speak, that wall gets one brick higher. Yesterday, when I looked at David, I didn't see a rebel. I saw a man who had lived half his life without a father's blessing. I realized my pride didn't protect my family. It orphaned my son while I was still breathing. Don't wait until you're 91 to realize that being right is the loneliest victory you will ever achieve. Your ego will keep you warm at night, but it won't hold your hand when you're dying. David is staying in the guest room tonight. We have 20 years of catching up to do, and I don't know if I have 20 days left. But you still have time. Don't waste it on your pride. Here is what I need you to do today, not tomorrow. Today. First, the 5-second rule. When you're about to win an argument with your child or your wife, stop for 5 seconds. Ask yourself, do I want to be right or do I want to be connected? Second, send the text. Just 3 words. I miss you. Or I was wrong. It doesn't matter how long it's been. A bridge can be rebuilt with a single stone. Third, listen more than you speak. When they talk about things you don't understand, their games, their friends, their dreams, listen like it's the most important news in the world, because to them, you are the world. I'm 91. My legacy isn't the buildings I built or the money in the bank. My legacy is the man sleeping in the next room who finally called me Dad again. Go, call them, visit them, open the door before they stop knocking. I've said my piece. I'm tired now. Make every knock count.